So unless you happen to be one of the millions of people who, like myself, didn't give enough of a fuck to tune into the goddamn thing, which judging by the YouTube stream figures totaling in at less than half the previous year, I'm assuming is a cubic fuckload of you, it's time to cleave the velvet rope in twain and choke on Jeff Keighley's velvet sausage for my 2016 summary of the Game Awards. The tone was cast in fucking bronze when at the outset of the evening, everyone's favorite droopy-eyed Dorito monger Jeff Keighley ascended the plasticine staircase and presented Hideo Kojima with an award. For merely existing. I don't even. Awards for being alive? He's a game designer, not a black president. I shit you not, folks. Jeff Keighley gave Kojima a trophy for being his friend. For being his friend.
We often talk about great games on our stage, but for a minute, I want to talk about a great man behind those games. You've always been there for me, and you have never disappointed me. He is one of the most principled, loyal, and ethical men I have ever met. And I'm just so honored to call you a friend above everything else, Hideo.
Thank you for being a friend.
I dearly wish I were making this shit up. Not that I can't sympathize. I mean, look, after Jeff Keighley took down game trailers like the Lusitania, I imagine he's roughly as popular as a lederhosen stand in downtown Jerusalem. From there, Kojima killed the English language dead.
I thought I lost everything, but I didn't. I didn't lose anything.
Thank you. Hey, hipster goggles. How is it I dropped $200 in early high school and learned enough Japanese to teach English in your fucking country, but 30 years into your one-man vendetta against player agency, your English is still jankier than the Phantom Pain's ending? Or gameplay, for that matter. Fuck, you were the VP of Konami for 3 of the least profitable years in the company's history. You gotta have, what, at least 170 septillion yen tucked under your mattress? It's gotta be at least $15. That's half what you spent on Ringo Starr wigs last week. Plunk down your pesos and buy yourself a how-to English instructionnaire already, capichki? From there we progressed to the slobbering on Blizzard's hairy knob portion of the evening.
And the Game Award goes to Blizzard for Overwatch.
Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2016 is Overwatch.
I'm pretty sure at a certain point they were just inventing new awards to give to Overwatch. Esports Game of the Year, Best Multiplayer, Best Game Direction. Fuck, they would have crowned this fucker Homecoming Queen if the award show wasn't already hosted by one. Is Overwatch really this good, people? Warfare between classes, mindless shooting, omnipresent ass cracks? But enough about Ferguson, because Overwatch actually wound up taking top honors as Game of the Year, which, given the level of prestige for this show at this point, is a bit like being Belle the Bukkake Ball. Sure, you get to wear the sash, but that's not all you're wearing. Sure, that plaque will look good on your mantelpiece, but you're still going to spend your weekend pinching out penicillin farts in a spermicide sauna. I apologize for none of these mental images whatsoever. Oh, and apparently an anthropomorphic Gillette razor having a Game Boy fight with a comfort strip is a thing that happens now that a third of the country has legalized weed.
Hydrobot, taking it to the next level. That was sick. You think you can go for a few more rounds? We'll see in a little bit, but for now, let's head back to the Game Awards.
I noticed bystanders on Twitter expressing bewilderment at this segment, but it's really pretty self-explanatory once you realize that Jeff Keighley needed someone in attendance with more male pubes lodged in his teeth than he had after that fucking Kojima award. And speaking of feverish fellatio, the Game Awards still beating Bethesda boner nearly blocked out the sun when a half-broken shit show by the name of Dishonored 2, for which there is still no playable PC version, won Adventure Game of the Year. Yeah, what's the adventure, Harvey Smith? Taking bets on whether or not your shitty game will fucking start, or whether or not you'll eye roll so hard at Mary Sue's lightning bolt lobbing werewolf powers that your eyeballs lodge in your fucking forebrain. Having cringed my way through the first 5 hours or so of the campaign, I got $50 on the second one. Arcane Studios is a sobering reminder that merely working at Looking Glass and Ion Storm doesn't mean you will ever be fit to lick their nuts. Oh! And downloadable content won RPG of the Year! Actually, it's the Witcher 3 expansion. Yeah, and what's a Deus Ex Mankind Divided? Ooh, but that's a doozy of a rant for another day. The Game Awards 2016, even by the subpar standards of previous offerings, was some bullshit. I'm Razorfist, wishing you all a very god fucking speed.
And I want you to know that my feelings are true. I really love you. Oh, you're my best friend.
Well done, my thug friend!
What is...
Indeed!